Hey guys, welcome back. Bite Size Builds episode 3. I'm Enigmius, and today we're doing a little edge smoothing. The last episode we did some layouts, showing some really basic layout concepts and ideas using temporary blocks and all that good stuff. We made some circles, and then we're filling in those circles now because this is going to be a platform, part of a much larger series of platforms. Really simple, straightforward, two-dimensional stuff, just so that we can illustrate the basics that we're kind of going to be looking at throughout the series. Once we get the circles filled in, then we want to look at some edge smoothing. Now, I've talked about this previously. We need to use a mod for this. We need to use whatever mod you can find and like that does micro blocks. In this case, I'm using Forge Multipart, which is very common, very easy to use, very straightforward, and does everything that we need it to do with regards to cutting blocks into smaller blocks and then putting them back together again. It helps us to change the shape of what we're working with so that we can get a more refined approach. Now, if you look here, this is an example, sort of a collection of blocks, if you will, that I put together using different colors so that you can see the size of the blocks relative to what we're working with. It's not very large, but if you look at the inside edge of that, and let's say we had built this as part of a structure or part of a wall or something, and we wanted to smooth the edge on the right side, how would that look? With the understanding that we've got a little bit of flexibility in the shape of the blocks, courtesy of the micro blocks, more specifically the thickness, but it's still not perfect. So if we draw 3 lines, and that's kind of the tricky part that you see already, those are 3 lines connecting the corner of the blocks to the nearest corner of the next block along that series there. Already it starts to look more curved and refined than obviously the Minecraft blocks, the regular size, default size blocks would look. And then it becomes a question of what we can do with that information. We can see in our mind now the lines, and then we fill in with micro blocks. I've kind of tried to do a little bit of ghost block sort of thing so that you can see there's certain situations where you're using more than one block stacked on top of each other to make it fill out as far as you need it to go. You fill that out, and then if we pretend that there were suddenly no lines anymore, all of a sudden you would have a much smoother looking edge than if we just did the default Minecraft size blocks. And that, I don't want to make a big deal out of this because then it's more complicated than it needs to be. But I did want to show you, if we wanted to do that same visualization with a curve, this is kind of what it looks like. It's a lot harder to visualize. It's not harder to do in terms of the execution, placing the blocks and building them out so that they meet the lines. That's not the big deal. The big deal is getting that curve in your mind and actually being able to follow it. Quite a bit more tricky. Now this is the finished circles floating way up in the air. I didn't really think it would be all that informative or entertaining watching me for half an hour while I went around and placed all these micro blocks to fill out the inside of the blue circle and the outside of the lighter blue circle. So I decided to just do a time lapse so that you can get a pretty good idea of how it goes together, but also see what it looks like when it's done. And the ocean, of course, is flickering down below. It's a thing. I don't know. We had a good long chat, me and Minecraft, and he agreed that I wasn't going to do this anymore. And now look, all this crap. But you can see things are coming together fairly quickly. It's a little bit finicky, a little bit messing around, trying to get things so that everything is spaced properly the way we like it, but that's okay, because we're doing an advanced sort of thing. It's not going to be a one-shot sort of deal putting it into place. The big thing is that the space between the little circle in the middle, the light blue circle, and the dark blue circle is uniform. Now I just wanted to leave you guys with this. This is the top half of the screen is footage taken with the unaltered Minecraft block build. So it's all the regular Minecraft blocks, and then below is what it looks like when it's converted to micro blocks. So you can get kind of an idea how much smoothing actually takes place. It's still not perfectly smooth, but it is Minecraft, so we don't expect it to be. But it is quite a bit different from what it started out as, and that's kind of the goal, is to get ourselves into a position where it looks better than what we would normally see if we weren't using the edge smoothing. So if you want to be notified when I add the next video, because we got lots more things to talk about, you can always just subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on the social media. Links for that are in the information section below the video. Please, if you have any comments and feedback, leave them below as well. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care.